It's an honor for us, for the St. Louis Public Library, to be hosting the Proud to Be Writings by American Warriors Volume 4 Anthology Launch.
This is Volume 4. Missouri Humanities Council and Southeast Missouri University Press have partnered on this.
I'm very happy that Proud to Be is published by a university in my home state. That just does wonderful things for my inner spirit.
Usually a series will have a 3-book run and then it starts to slow down. This one has not. In fact, we had almost 100 more entries this year than we did last year. Traditionally, we've had anywhere from 10 to 15 photographs in the issue, and we decided this year that we should feature those too. And it's so great to see all of these faces, some from past readings, some new.
Hello, friends, and thank you all for coming. We writers need an audience just to keep us going.
It's very encouraging for me and for others to know that there is an audience out there for our stories, now for the 4th year.
While the rest of my life has been prosaic, unheralded, and cloudy by comparison, in war I felt worthy as someone of consequence, doing something of great value for so many. War is a delirium of extreme intoxication, except the drug is blood. I've lived a grateful, full life, and I could not know or appreciate this so completely had I never gone to war.
I work with veterans, I work with veterans' families, and I've seen the power that people telling stories can have in mending relationships and making sense of family histories.
While he was in Okinawa, Brett wanted to forget, but once he got home, he realized that forgetting wasn't a viable option. Eventually, Brett decided that he needed to remember and process what he had been through in order to understand. He needed to make meaning of this seemingly meaningless. He needed to find truth.
I'm not a veteran myself, so to read my words in a room full of veterans and their families was a huge honor.
In regards to putting my experience to words, I'm a very expressive person. And by me being in the military, I have post-traumatic stress disorder, so it's therapeutic for me.
A soldier is one who swears to uphold the United States Constitution. Someone who displays blood, sweat, and tears. One who adds their contribution. A soldier, one who wears the uniform with honor. That is a soldier, a woman, or a man. Thank you.
Do not pretend there are only merry men in the banded merry few who have gone into the breach and paid our nation's dues. Bring me men to go in peace and men to go in war. And unleash the women too, for all that we are fighting for.
Korea, 1951. During the daylight hours, we worked to fortify our positions so we could repel any Chinese counterattack. One of the saddest and most horrific things we had to do was to dig holes or trenches and bury the dead Chinese. I couldn't help thinking of the mothers, fathers, siblings, and others somewhere in China who will suffer loss and uncertainty forever.
I didn't talk about anything that happened in Korea in 1951 for 60 years. I now believe that people should know what combat is really like and what the military is like and what it means to serve your country and even to sacrifice as many people did.
Okay, I can do this. I'm confident. I've been doing this since boot. I supervised 5 squads. I will always be one of the few, the proud, the Marines.
My reading was a duologue, and basically a duologue is 2 people on a stage speaking to the audience. The subject matter of my duologue was PTSD.
Why can't I just feel normal? Just walking down the street, I hit the ground at the sound of a baseball being hit.
This is my first time in the Proud to Be, but I've been writing for a few years. It's great to meet with other veterans and tell stories that only veterans can tell.
When I returned from my war, no one gave me a new name. No one greeted me at the airport, escorted me past the waving flags and fake handshakes, and no one drove me home. No one took care of me. No one asked me questions about why I'd seen what I'd seen and done what I'd done. I love talking with other veterans, but really like getting writing out to non-veteran or people don't have that familiarity with the military. Expanding that circle and making it for the veterans as they're coming back, the veterans who've been back. It's just really encouraging to see.
I share a poem from Proud to Be, Volume 4. Selflessness ash. Welcome blast peeled Kevlar armor off the skin like a full-bodied bite suit in a wolf's jaws.
It's a spiritual journey for me, for other people. Being part of the creative flock is very important.
Thanks for having me. Simplify.
My father was a B-24 Liberator pilot in World War II, and he flew 29 missions in the European theater, and he was awarded several medals for his efforts. Even when tragedy seemed poised to triumph, as on the Liberty Bell's fateful flight, bravery flourished, heroes emerged, and indomitable spirits never gave up in the fight. Thank you. I know there's a lot of competition, and I know there's a lot of veterans that have personal stories to tell, but I was thrilled and honored when they picked my poem to be included.
Orders is orders. 20 minutes to target. As a rookie bombardier, this was a call that brought all senses to play. This was a call that drew focus on the questions of life and death that we needed to know at that time. This had been 20 minutes to target, 20 minutes to Dresden, 20 minutes to hell.
The stories that were told are back in my mind. It's stuff that's brought to the front. The warming part about it, if that's what you want to call it, is you're not the only one who went through that.
Anything that you can do to get involved in this type of situation so that you can start to heal, because people heal through the arts. I'd like to thank the CMO Press and the Humanities Council for any opportunity that I've been given to spread the word that we need to be in the arts.
I was surprised too at the quality of the people who wrote for this book and where they came from and what experiences they had.
The whole reading has been great. It's been fun. I've been able to meet some great writers, great people, and I wouldn't trade it. It's been a great day.
You signed your names on the front lines of war. Many only teenagers, yet you knew what you were fighting for. You packed your duffel bags with manhood while putting away your adolescence. You left behind family, children, and even friends to become a protector of our nation. You are the stars represented on our flag. America salutes you for your future, present, and especially your past. Thank you.
Thank you for lighting the way, all of you that have come before us.
So whether war or not war, we all have stories that really ought to be preserved and passed down, or else we end up having to relearn them every generation. And that's the tragedy. And that's why this is so encouraging, because now I'm encouraged to go and write again for the 5th volume.
Archived stories, I think, are monumental and important for us to better understand our history and the future of us. So I think for these veterans to be archived in these anthologies and to be available is a powerful and very necessary part of the humanities.